so I wasn't sure what kind of closing timeline you wanted, so that way maybe you could maybe avoid that next payment.
Yeah, so I have that house, and then I have a first house that I purchased a while ago, a couple of years ago.
Hmm.
Um, and after talking to Mr. Joel, he said that I would have to come up with 20,000 to basically close, sell my house, and everything. And I just wanted to see if that was your absolute best. I have to ask, only because I don't have the
Sure.
money. I would have to pull out, rather HELOC on my first house or some kind of way to come up with it. But I do
Sure.
want to get rid of it. So I don't know if you guys have maybe like a veterans discount or student discount or anything you could help me with.
No, no, it's okay, and don't hesitate to ask. I get that. It sounds like you might have a number that's maybe a little bit more comfortable for you. What are you thinking?
Well, I don't really have a specific number. All I can say is that my mortgage that I have left that I owe is 329, a little bit over that.
Hmm.
So, obviously, I would hope to spend the least amount of possible up front.
Okay. Yeah, I can. I'll try to run some numbers. You said you're a veteran.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I can try to get you a little bit of a discount here, maybe somewhere around like 18,000, 17,500, to kind of help assist. The numbers were like super tight on this one, only because obviously, I mean, you can rent a house in that neighborhood for like $500 less than the mortgage. So it is a Yeah, so it's like a really big risk. If we can do something around that price range, I'd be willing to give you a little bit of a discount, and we can start getting everything drafted and kind of taking the next step with you.
Okay, yeah. And if that's the best that you can give me, I appreciate it because any little bit goes a long way for me right now.
No, I imagine, yeah. Let me ask you this: how soon do you think you would know to like work out the finances for yourself?
Well, as early as Monday, I can go into my bank and I can see if they can give me like a HELOC or something.
Hmm.
If not HELOC, then I could maybe just. I mean, I could try to use my credit card, but I don't have that much left.
Yeah, and those are higher interest. Yeah, so I think the HELOC would be better because you get a lower interest rate on that. Um,
I've never done a personal loan before, so I don't even know what the interest for that is. So Monday, I can start exploring and see
okay.
what kind of loan or, you know,
Yeah, so,
can be able to, yeah.
yeah, I just helped out another client to get a SoFi loan for their property, and it depends. The SoFi ones, the sooner you pay them off, the better the interest rate. But typically, if you're looking to get a lower payment, they usually range around like 11%, but it's like a minimum payment kind of thing. So if you borrow, let's say, that 17, 18,000, I would imagine your payment would probably be somewhere like low twos, $300, uh, just for like the debt consolidation kind of SoFi loans.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. And all right. Yeah, I could definitely look into that
Okay.
this weekend, and then Monday I'll try to, get something like secured, like for sure that I know that I'll move forward with.
Yeah.
And I appreciate this because this house is like we fixed it up ourselves. It's in a great area, da da da.
Yeah.
But I just cannot keep holding on to it. I have to let it go. It's too expensive. It won't make
Sure.
sense to rent out.
Yeah, I understand that. So let's do this. When do you want to schedule a call for Monday to kind of go over the? And is it just you on title? Is there anybody else involved?
It's only me.
Okay. And then what time works best for you for Monday?
Well, if I could just take that morning
Hmm.
to, make some phone calls and do some research, then maybe by noon or sometime afternoon.
So how about like 2 p.m. just to give you a little bit more time?
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right. Looks like Joelle has a 2:15 open. Does that work?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And then what we'll do, Brittany, is obviously you can let us know what happens with those phone calls, but that will kind of prep you in that next transition of, hey, let's look at some paperwork. Let's just make sure everybody feels comfortable doing everything, and then most importantly, making sure you have secured finances in place. Now, the good thing is what I would do if I was you is this weekend is obviously talk around whether it's a HELOC, getting a personal loan with like a SoFi or something like that. You don't have to get it right away. To keep that in mind, because again, if we close in 30 days, you do have some time. And like if you get a SoFi loan, they will literally wire within 24 to 48 hours. So you don't have to be too pressed on it. So that way, maybe you can talk to different companies because there's other companies just like the SoFi, and then even the HELOC will probably take a little bit of time with the bank. But as long as you get the answers that you can get that money, then we can start rolling the ball. And then if for whatever reason, Brittany, if it takes longer, or you maybe need a little bit more time to secure it, if the HELOC takes a little bit longer, we can put something in there that allows you to make sure you secure that, of course, because obviously that will make it dependent on the deal. So we'll work with you. But my goal for you is let's try to get you out of not making another $3,000 payment.
Oh, I know.
So
wow, this sounds like a little too good to be true. It's a blessing, honestly. I'm really anxious, you know.
yeah, you're in, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm.
Perfect. Yeah, so we're here. So we're south of downtown. My brother and I were born and raised here, so you'll literally go to closing right next to us. There's a title company right next to us, so we'll be there, and you'll see all of us, and we'll probably meet you at the property as well at some point.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll call you on Monday at 2:15.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
All right, Brittany, thank you so much, and let us know if you have any other questions. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Brittany. Bye bye.
All right, bye.
People may teach you how to get houses for free, but has anybody taught you how to get a seller to pay you to take their house? So Joelle got a client on the phone who was desperate to sell their house. She has a very, very high interest rate, almost 7%. No equity in the house. She tried to sell it herself. If she sold it herself, she would lose a ton of money because it does need a little bit of upgrading and obviously agent commissions, closing costs, etc. She reached out to us. We pitched subject to. However, when we ran the sub 2 options, it didn't work on long-term rent. It didn't even work for a pad split. However, it is by UCF, the University of Central Florida. We could potentially do a student housing to maybe at least just break even on the deal. But because of property management fees, we'd actually still be negative. The average rent in this area is $2,400 a month. Her payment's almost $3,000. So she lives in another house. She's paying her own mortgage plus $3,000 for a house that no one's been occupying for months. So hopefully we can do student housing. If not, we'll maybe sell it to a homestead buyer, and they can live in the house for free and then take over those payments. Now, where we make the money on that is by having the seller here send us a check at closing, which means she's going to pay us to get out of this deal. We did offer her $20,000. Right now we're settling at $17,500. She's thinking about getting a debt consolidation loan to get it done, which is going to be like $300 a month versus her paying $3,000 a month. And I was on the phone with her, and she has kids in the background and whatnot, so that's going to be a huge stress relief for her, opportunity for us, and that's why we do wholesale real estate. And this is why when you're wholesaling, you're going to talk to many clients where you think they're not deals because on paper it doesn't pencil out, which is why you need a arsenal of weapons. You need to know creative finance, subject to, novations, and of course, running comps for flippers and cash buyers. So if you learn all the wheelhouse, you'll never miss opportunities like this because most of y'all throw this shit in the trash. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos just like this one.